Chapter 8, numbers 6 and 7 practice problems. This should jog your memory a little bit back to some basic math. You're given two numbers, 45 and 125, and I purposely used the same pairs of numbers for these two problems. Greatest common divisor is going to be the largest number that will divide evenly into both of these numbers. And then the least common multiple is going to be the smallest number that both of these two numbers will divide into evenly. So we start both of these the same way. You find the prime factorization using the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So you take 45 and break it down into 9 times 5. 9 is 3 times 3. So you have 3 squared times 5 is equal to 45. Then take 125, use a similar process. Notice that I have a 3 to the 0 because 125 is equal to 25 times 5 or 5 times 5 times 5. There is no factor of 3 here, but you can make one with a 0 exponent that's equal to 1 so that you can kind of match these two up. And again, you're going to do the same thing here. So basically, if there's a factor that is not existent in one of the two numbers, you would just put it in and give it an exponent of 0. Okay, for the greatest common divisor, what we want to do is we want to compare these two numbers. And we're going to take the lower exponent along in our answer. So we're going to take this 3 to the 0. And compare these two. You have a 5, which is a 5 to the first and a 5 to the third. Compare the 1 and the 3. Notice that the 1 is going to be smaller, so we take that along. And then what we do is just find the product of those two numbers. So 3 to the 0 is 1 and 5 to the first is 5, and that's going to equal 5. So 5 is the largest number that will divide evenly into these two numbers. And then for the least common multiple, now you're going to compare these exponents and take the one that is larger. Again, we want both of these numbers to divide into it evenly, so you've got to do that. The 2 is greater than the 0, so we take this 3 to the second. The 3 is greater than the 1, so we're going to take the 5 to the third. 3 to the second times 5 to the third is going to eventually equal 1,125.